Hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome. We are beginning our eclipse season on April 30th. We've got a solar eclipse at 10 degrees and 27 minutes of Taurus. The next eclipse will be on May the 16th at 25 degrees of Scorpio. And then we don't get eclipses until towards the end of the year, at the end of October and in November. What would be very helpful is if you can find the signs of Taurus and Scorpio in your chart, because then you will see which life areas are going to be activated by these eclipses. Taurus and Scorpio, they're opposite signs. So you can get a free chart from my website, yourastrologysigns.com, go to reports and free, and get a free chart there. There's a link in the description box. And see, is it my first and my seventh houses, which would be you and your relationships? Maybe it's the second and eighth houses, which is you and your finances, your gifts, your talents, the resources that are available to you. Maybe it's your third and ninth houses, which have to do with learning and teaching and sharing information and getting a bigger picture and travel. Maybe it's your fourth and 10th houses. This would have to do with home, family, stability, security, and your work, your career, your place in the world, your contribution, where you shine. The fifth and the 11th houses would have to do with your creativity, your entrepreneurship, bringing out your child, but especially the creative, unique part of you. And then the 11th house has to do with you sharing your unique gifts with the world and contributing to the wider community. Maybe it's your 6th or 12th and 12th houses. And this would have to do with your physical health and well-being, and also your mental and emotion and spiritual growth and progress. Your work and releasing and letting go of structures of work. So there's much here. I could do a whole video just about that alone, but see if you can find those two areas of life experience. I've got a video called The Houses in Astrology. It's a very short one. It's on YouTube. You can find that if you just look up houses in astrology. Or you can join me on my webinars where I'm going into a lot more detail every month about a particular sign, planet, and house. Again, links in the description box. The big focus this month is on two signs, Taurus at the time of this eclipse and Pisces. So we've got 4 of the 10 planets are in Pisces and 3 and the North Node are in Taurus. So we're working with earth and water area, which is energy, which is very female. It's soft, it's receptive, it's quieter, although you wouldn't always know that. But it has to do with slowing down. It's almost like, can you put your life into a slower trajectory? Because when you live more in the slower space, it's much easier to get into the present moment. And the present moment is where you feel everything, where you experience everything. And the solar eclipse in Taurus has to do with your senses and activation. Taurus rules the neck, the throat, the thyroid, the taste buds, the smelling, the hearing. It rules a lot of the senses. And particularly if you think about the neck is the juncture between the head, the mind, the thoughts, the connection with the spiritual realms, if you like, the angels, the Pleiadians. And we've got the energy below the neck, which is the physical body, the physical. So this Taurian energy is all about how do I connect the body to my mind? How can I get more connected? Am I running around like a headless chicken? Are my thoughts integrated with my physical self? And that's why this slowing down is really important. Singing is wonderful. Slowing down your eating. I've got a wonderful Taurian friend. She eats so slowly. You can't believe it. And I said, it's amazing you eat so slowly. Oh, she said, I just enjoy the tasting and the savoring of the food. She said, once it's down, I don't enjoy it as much. And I thought, yeah, she's got a point. So slow food, slow cooking, focusing. Taurus is asking you about what are you consuming? Looks at our consumption. So there's the consuming of money. And there's a lot we could say about the economy and the money. And I'll just say that everything is extremely unstable. And if you can get a stability inside of you and you focus upon simplicity, rather than complexity, you focus upon what you really need and what really matters. And that's why slowing down helps you to get a better perspective from the inside out rather than the outside in. So you might be looking at your finances. You might be looking at where to put investments, what to do with debt and loans, all sorts of things around financial issues to be coming up. I think that's also true globally. Solar eclipses affect us, eclipses generally affect us, not only personally, but very much collectively. So what are we doing to create initiatives to exchange, maybe to barter, to find new ways to trade and to work with one another, especially in communities, local communities? And also, how do we take care of the people who are maybe less fortunate? And how do we also, with the Taurus energy, bring out the potential? Because Taurus is all about your gifts, your talents. And this is one of the things that I just love more than anything, is encouraging you to find your greatest potential. So Venus, ruler of this eclipse in Taurus, is right between Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. Well, you couldn't ask for a nicer combination. Venus, Jupiter, Neptune together. This is super romantic. It really is. So you must consider bringing more romance into your life, more gentleness, more softness, more kindness to yourself. What can you do that's kind to you? How could you bring some more romance into somebody's life, into your life? It's very sensitive. Being sensitive to changes, being sensitive to your environment, being sensitive. And it's a quiet energy. I get more a sense of silence and quiet. And yet, leading the pack of the planets is Mercury in Gemini. Now, Mercury is in rulership in Gemini, so very positive place. So this could be a very good time for signing a contract, learning something, studying, sharing information, publishing a book, launching a project. But the challenge is going to be how you use your words. And if you slow down and are able to think carefully before you speak, and rather remain silent than say something that might be hurtful, painful, careless, that's going to be the challenge, because you could really help somebody to heal with your words, or you can also damage with words. We know that. Words that you may have remembered since childhood. For me, it's wrong note. My mother shouting from the kitchen to me when I played wrong notes on the piano. I still hear that voice sometimes, but I've made friends with it now. And the other thing about the Mercury in Gemini is to remember not to take things too seriously. We've got strong mutable energy going on at this time. So to be ready to change, to flow, and to look at what am I consuming? Am I overeating food? Am I overeating social media? What am I growing fat on? And what do I need to reduce? For me, for sure, I've had to learn how to reduce the quantities of food that I'm eating. I realize that a part of it may have to do with the fact that the nutrition levels of our soils is not what it used to be. So we're needing more food to be able to feel satisfied. They haven't invented just one of those pastes that you could just swallow and get the most amazing nutrition from, and maybe just need 5 or 10 mouthfuls. And that's it. So your body isn't spending hours and hours processing food. But so far, they haven't made that. But just eating consciously. The North Node in Taurus is wanting us to become conscious of what we are imbibing. What are you drinking? What are you eating? What are you thinking about? What is it going into developing your gifts, your talents, for you being the best you can be? And me just saying that might bring up for you, oh, I've not done enough and I could do more and all of that. Don't get into that. Just say, I'm going to do my best to be as conscious as I can, to eat and to consume consciously to the best of my ability. That's really one of the messages of this solar eclipse in Taurus. So enjoy, savor, and slow down. I'm doing that in this video too. I feel as though I'm being slowed down by the frequency actually, because it's taken me such a long time to do this video, to prepare it. Sometimes it's really quick. Yes, if there's a Gemini energy, it's quick. With Taurus, Scorpio energy, it's slower. So you may find it takes you longer to accomplish something, but it will be worth it. And remember, Venus is about beauty. I hope you like the pictures behind the paintings. So do remember to bring as much beauty into your world as you can, and to look actively for beauty all around, because it is there, and there's even more of it than you realize if you look for it. So much love to you, and happy solar eclipse in Taurus. Bye for now. Still recording. See, everything's gone on slow. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's not stopped.